Hey everybody, welcome to Afternoon Shred. This is Nick. Thanks for stopping by. I figured with Christmas coming up and whatnot, I would give you guys a Christmas present. From me to thee. From me to you. And this Christmas present is my tampering throughout the year to create something that I've been chasing since December of 2023. Last year in December of 2024, I thought I had nailed it. I had myself a little Kemper. And I was fooling around with the blocks, switching them up here and there. And I stumbled across a violin effect. I stumbled across a saxophone effect and a trumpet effect. And I've got the videos out on my channel. I mean, I'm not going to tag it up here, but you can go to my channel and see the videos of trumpet, violin with the Kemper. But I found that the Kemper wasn't doing a really authentic job, and I couldn't get what I wanted. I then switched from the Kemper and I went to head rush, and I found a head rush to be very, very synthetic. And you could hear all sorts of noise, and it just didn't capture. And even in that video with the head rush, I left all the mistakes in there. I just figured, who gives a damn? Because it just sounded like crap. And then I went out and I traded that and got myself a Tone Master Pro. I think Tone Master Pro is the ultimate floor board, to be honest with you. It is the ultimate lunchbox that you carry with you to the gig. I think that just surpasses and supersedes all the Fractal and all the Helix and the latest Helix and the latest Fractal stuff. I think the Tone Master Pro can't be touched. It's so user friendly. It's amazing. But again, very synthetic quality when it came to the violin. I then decided to scrap modelers altogether. I wasn't happy with them. I didn't really like the sound that I was getting from them, whether it be distorted or modulation or something else. And I went to pedals. And really, in all honesty, I know for convenience sake, it's great to have a lunchbox you carry around to your gigs with you, but pedals is the way to go. Pedals is the way to go. And so I've been tampering over the past 9-10 months with creating this effect. And I figured, hey, Christmas is around the corner. It's my gift to you guys. How you can incorporate pedals on your pedal board, provided you have the pedals that I'll be showing you in a second here, to get yourself the violin sound. Because you may be hearing violin in your head and you're like, I don't play violin. I don't know how to play violin. How am I going to get this sound out of my head? But I'm really proficient and I'm really great at playing guitar. And my legato skills are smooth and silky and fluid and very nice, It'd be nice if I can take those legato skills of mine and be able to take that violin sound out of my head and transfer it onto my guitar. This is how to turn your guitar into a violin using 3 pedals. I mean, if you guys want to go the lunchbox route, Guthrie Govan, he is a monument and a testament of what guitar playing should really be. He is unreachable, but yet us as guitar players, and myself an intermediate guitar player, aspire to maybe, before we leave this world, to have some sense of understanding the guitar the way Guthrie does. Now, that's enough of boosting Guthrie. But Guthrie does have a video out there where he tells you about how he created his violin effect for your lunchboxes. You can go to find that on YouTube somewhere, and he'll tell you about the IRs and the fractal that he uses and how he gets the sound that he gets for the violin. But like I said, I think pedals is the way to go. I don't think you can beat pedals. There's nothing in the world that can beat pedals. And I figured out a way to get it, and I'll give you some examples. But first, before I get to the examples, let me take you over to my pedal board down here where I have my iPhone set up, and I'm going to get away from the SM57 and speak through my iPhone here. First of all, the amplifier that I'm going through, that's the Fender Tone Master FRF. Don't mind the SM57 on the left that's attached to the big speaker on the amp. I'm not using that, that's off. I'm going through the one on the right here on the smaller speaker in the corner. It has more highs in there that I think are natural and better for the violin. Now, that's what I'm using for capturing this violin sound and miking it and going into my SM57, miking it and going into my Focusrite, and then recording into Logic. Now, what do I got here on my pedal board? These 3 here, the Boss Harmonist,
The attack decay and this optical compressor are what I've been using mostly to capture the violin sound. And like I said, you could add a reverb or a delay to it, but these three pedals, Boss Harmonist, attack decay, and optical compressor. And the Boss Harmonist here, you have to step on it with your foot like this, wait for it to ramp up, or you could have fun with it as it's ramping up. It sounds like you're tuning your violin. And then once it kicks in, once it's fully ramped up, you have yourself your second pitch, your octave, 2 octaves up, and you have your violin sound that way. And next to that is my EVH right here, overdrive pedal, which I will use in a couple of these examples. And if you really pay attention to the settings of it here, you'll notice that my distortion is barely even at 1. I use it for I use it this way so I can capture when I'm playing clean. I can have an overdrive for say blues or country licks or something like that, right? And I think it does a really good job. At the same time, it could easily be replaced with a TS overdrive. You know what I mean? Any simple little overdrive pedal with very, very little gain on it. And it also gives you, when you're using it as a violin effect, it gives you those harsh kind of bow strikes across the violin, which sound really cool and really authentic. And then the last thing I wanted to show you here, the settings for the Boss Harmonist and the attack decay. You guys can set your compression how you want it. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. But the attack decay is a great auto swell, and you need an auto swell. And don't bother spending $1,400 on eBay to get the Boss auto swell. It sucks. There's 1,000,001 auto swells on Amazon for like $50 to $100, and they have the same circuitry and same idea as the Boss auto swell. You know, don't waste your money on that. But if you want a really cool, super auto swell pedal, the attack decay is without question the best, and it's what you'll need for capturing some of those violin effects. So, you know, feel free to take down what I've dialed in here and how you see it set up. And same with the Boss Harmonist. This is how I have everything set up to give me that second octave. And again, as I said, you have to step on it, wait for it to ramp up, or have fun with it as it's ramping up and pretend you're tuning your violin. And then once it's fully ramped up, you have yourself, by keeping your foot on the harmonist, a full-on violin kind of effect.
These pedals right here that you see on the screen here, this is your violin. This is your violin. This is all you need to do. You don't need any IRs. You don't need any small compact like IR thing on your pedal board. This is all you need. Just these pedals here. And I've added the delay and the reverb here, but as I said, they're not necessary. It's only up to you. If you want to capture that large kind of spacious sound, then use the delay and reverb. But in the following examples, I'll show you with the reverb only. I'm not going to use the delay. And I'll show you how to capture this 2 ways. One using the overdrive with very little distortion. And the other is I'll be doing it through the XP100 whammy setting, which for me is number 14 if you guys have an XP100 whammy pedal. And the pedal is flat to the ground. That's my 2 octaves up. And I'll show you samples of what you can do with the XP100 and samples with the Boss Harmonist and compare them. And hey, feel free to leave comments down below and let me know what you think is best, the XP100, the whammy pedal, or the Boss Harmonist for capturing this effect. Following this video, this is kind of part 1 of this video. Following this video, part 2, I will show you examples on how to use guitars, because certain guitars like the Epiphone back here or the Randy Rhoads Jackson back there are not really suited for this effect. Yes, you could pull it off. Yes, you could capture it, but they're not really suited for it. But in the next video, I will run down a few of the guitars that I have here on the wall, including these 2 behind me, and play samples of this violin style to show you how guitars react to this kind of effect. See you guys next time.